Hey folks, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing my first look and first impressions actually of the newly released CookieRun OvenSmash game, which is a 3v3 brawler. I have been playing a bit. I actually even have a bit of a live stream which didn't go all that well because I was testing out different players, and eventually I settled on Brawl Stars because the game runs best on this player for my particular system. So if you want to play OvenSmash on PC, sadly there isn't a PC client, you will need to use an Android emulator. There are a lot of different options out there on the market, with the most popular ones being Brawl Stars, COD Player, Memo Player, Momo Player actually, and so on and so forth. I have chosen to go with Brawl Stars. You can choose to go with whatever suits you best. So the game has been out. I have been playing for an hour and a half, two, something like that, and I am enjoying it quite a bit. They have an open area here where you can run around, interact with cookies, interact with other players as well. As you can see over here, these people here are players, whereas these ones where you can see Madawan Cookie, Rai Cookie, these are NPCs that actually give you requests. Requests are a type of mission that you get from these cookies. You complete them, you get rewards. That's basically it, and it's a cool system to get some premium currency, some more cookie soul chips, gold, and so on and so forth. So what is the game? What do you do in the game? The game is a 3v3 brawl. That is what the developers say. However, that is not all the game is. There are various different modes that you can play. Currently there are 6 modes that are available at most of the times. The standard modes, which is the Wild Royale and the Castle Crusher, are available 24/7. The Wild Royale is basically a 1 versus 10, 1-on-10 kind of battle royale mode, where you get spawned, you need to destroy boxes, become stronger, and then defeat your enemies. Whereas the Castle Crusher is a 3v3 mode, where you get in, you fight with a team of 2 other people against 3 other people, and you try to push this cute little turtle over here to basically strike at the enemy's castle so that you can defeat them. Very fun mode overall. I enjoy the Wild Royale a bit more because I play on my own and I'm not dependent of anyone else, but the Castle Crusher is the mode that you will start the game with. As far as featured modes go, I still haven't tested these out. I actually did, come to think of it. I tested the Smash Fight, which is a 3v3 deathmatch. You basically need to kill the enemy team a total of 8-9 times, something like that, and then you win the round. And you have some other featured modes as well. These modes, as you can see, are on a timed basis, so whenever the Smash Fight ends, we will have the Jelly Race, and afterwards the Drop the Beat, and so on and so forth. I do not know whether we will get more featured modes in the future, but that seems to be the case, and that is what I am assuming. But yeah, quite decent. 6 modes to start with is very nice and very fun. But how do you play in these modes? You play in these modes using the cookies. There is an expansive roster of, I believe, wait, let me just count them. So it's 3 here, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, a total of 20 cookies you can pick from. There are currently 3 rarities of cookies, so there are the epic cookies, the rare, and the common cookies. Each cookie has a level. The levels impact a cookie. Wait, let me just show you here. I'm still getting used to the menus. The level of the cookie impacts their HP and their attack. Whenever you level up a cookie, you increase their HP and their attack, and thus they become stronger. So this will be important. You will mostly want to invest all of your resources into the cookies that you like, so that you can boost them up and have a better chance of winning your matches. What are these resources, you might ask? Well, there are 2 main resources when it comes to leveling and getting cookies. The first resource are the soul chips. The soul chips are basically this thing over here. There is a different soul chip for every cookie, so you can see here, these are the soul chips for dark choco, these are the soul chips for jerky cookie, and so on and so forth. If you do not have a cookie, you will need to acquire a certain amount of that cookie's soul chips in order to unlock them. After you have unlocked the cookie, you will continue getting soul chips for that cookie, and once you get to the needed amount, you will be able to level up the cookie by spending the other resource, which is coins. So you get soul chips, you get gold, you level up your cookies, you increase their HP and their attack, and then you fight into the different modes. Increasing the level of the cookie is also important because each cookie has a basic attack, a special skill, which skill then has different variants whenever you get to level 4. So whenever your cookie reaches level 4, you will be able to unlock special variants for your special skill. To unlock those, to be able to use them, it costs coins. So this just goes to show that you need to save your coins in the beginning for the cookie that you like. I wouldn't advise splitting your resources into various cookies because then you will fall behind and your cookies will be weaker compared to those of other players, making it harder for you to win in matches. In addition to the special skill, you also have an ultimate. The ultimate also have variants, however these unlock whenever your cookie reaches level 6. And each cookie also has 2 passive skills. One of those unlocks at level 8, the other unlocks at level 10. There are a total of 6 passives that you can choose from. These are identical between all cookies. I do not know whether you can pick and stack passives. For example, if you pick Shrub Master here, I do not know whether you will be able to pick Shrub Master on the level 10 passive slot as well. So that is something to keep in mind when you are playing. And that is mostly it about the cookies. Lastly, they also have costumes, so each cookie, I'm not sure, do not quote me on this, but cookies also have costumes. They have costume sets that you can get from the costume gacha, we'll get to that a bit later, and you also have individual costume pieces that you can put on your cookies. For example, I have these cute little ears, the polar bear ears over here, which I will put on my dark chocolate cookie. That is mostly it. You have 20 cookies, each have different rarity, and they also have a different type. I forgot to mention that. So you have bruisers, you have mages, you have controllers, you have tanks, and you also have assassins and marksmen. So a lot of different types of cookies, but their type doesn't really impact how their type doesn't really give them a specific boost to attack or something like that, so it's just there to show you what kind of gameplay you can expect from that cookie. And that is mostly it when it comes to the cookies. Now then, moving on to the important part, how do you get these soul chips in order to level up your cookies? There are a lot of ways to get soul chips. I won't be able to cover all of them. That will need to be for a separate video to just go over all of the modes to get them. But the most important ones and the ones that you will interact with the most are the gacha. Yes, it's a cookie run game, it's a Dev Sisters game, it has a gacha. You have a gacha where you can pull for soul chips and cookies. You also have a daily free summon which you can get every day. And you also have a costume gacha over here where you can get those costumes that we talked about earlier. So yeah, the easiest way and the best way and the way that you'll get most of your soul chips is going to be through the summon, through the gacha system. Another way to get soul chips is through the account level, which here is known as the progress level. Over here, whenever you level up, you will get a random amount of soul chips of different rarities, as well as choice packs, which will give you the choice between soul chips for different cookies. Another way to get them is through the Oven Crown Road. This is basically a system where when you play, you get these crowns over here, and based on the amount of crowns you have, you level up this bar over here and you get rewards. The last way that is easy and that can reward you a lot of soul chips is the character mastery. 3. So whenever you play a character or a cookie, you can get mastery points. You get mastery points through the mastery missions and just by playing them. And whenever you acquire the needed amount of mastery points, you will be able to get some soul chips for that cookie. In total, you can get a varying amount. So for rare cookies, it is 180 soul chips. And if we head on over to an epic cookie, for example, the jerky cookie over here, you will be able to see that you can only get 90 of her soul chips and other random ones. So yeah, the main loop of the game will be to play over here, win, level up your cookies, get these boxes actually, which boxes will allow you to get even more soul chips and gold and so on and so forth, and just continue doing that so that you can raise your account level, raise up your oven crowns, and that is mostly it. Just having fun with the game, playing, laying waste on enemies, and enjoying your cookies. That is mostly it. Whereas as far as impressions go, I mostly went about with a quick overview of the game. I haven't actually given you my impressions just yet. I enjoy the game, I like it, it's fun, it's chill, it's bubbly, it's colorful, which I very much enjoy. It runs well after I finally managed to get an emulator that would actually run it decently on my PC. And most of all, it's fun, the matches are quick. You can definitely get in a lot of dopamine and serotonin hits by playing the matches, winning, going to the gacha and so on and so forth. I think it's enjoyable, I will continue playing it. I do not know for how long, because it is not your standard gacha and it's mostly of a PvP experience which you can enjoy either by yourself or with friends. I will mostly be looking forward to them releasing more cookies and trying that out, and we'll also be trying out to see how long it actually takes for a free-to-play player to get a cookie to max level, and whether you actually need a cookie to max level or you can just work things out by being good at the game. And that is mostly it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope that I have given you some more information on the game, and if you do enjoy the game and if you have enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye!